It's March and I've got a great shoulder-friendly cardio workout for us today. No equipment needed, so let's go. All right, killer bees, let's go ahead and get moving and grooving. And that means that I have to think really hard because there are absolutely no overhead movements today, but we're gonna do arm swingers with high knees. Welcome to the workout, you guys. I'm Paula B. I'm your best middle-aged fitness friend, and I am doing something completely different today. I am so used to doing our normal warm-ups that I have literally been thinking about this like all day, trying to remember that I'm doing something different today to make sure that today's workout is beautifully shoulder-friendly for you. Because around here, we are all about making peace with your menopausal body, and that means finding a healthy weight and moving in ways that feel like love. My friends, love is not painful, and I mean that on all levels. Bye, Blossom. You could stay if you wanted to. Nah, Mama's talking too much. I know, I usually am. Here's the thing, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a rant today while we are working out. Are you excited about this? I know I am. I'm gonna tell you to stop working out when you're in pain. My friends, pain is rough. Pain is not good for you. Let's go ahead and do some arm crossers. We're gonna keep them nice and low with booty kickers. We're making sure that you're moving through whatever range of motion feels best for you. I have intentionally chosen exercises today that do not have any kind of overhead motion, but that doesn't automatically mean that it's gonna be perfect for you with your shoulder pain. First of all, if you are in pain, talk to your doctor. Second of all, if you are in pain, don't do this workout. And I mean that so nicely. If you are recovering from shoulder pain, if you are currently doing physical therapy, things like that, you are welcome to move and have fun and get your cardio on and get your heart rate up and all that kind of good stuff. But I'm going to tell you that working out while you are in pain is not bringing you the things that you want it to bring you. If you are losing weight, you can lose weight without exercising at all. And if you are not losing weight, but you are trying to gain fitness, you're not actually gaining as much fitness as you want to be gaining when you're working out in pain. Let's go ahead and do some welcome to my homes, because welcome to my home. You guys, today's workout, one of my absolute favorites, we're doing an inchworm style today. If you haven't seen that before, don't worry, follow along. It's gonna be lovely. I do not have any overhead movements at all. Hopefully, every single one of these exercises will feel glorious to you and not cause you any kind of pain or discomfort at all. Here's what it looks like. I've got the handy dandy gym boss set for intervals of 20 seconds. We're gonna do one exercise and then we're gonna rest, which is why I'm gonna actually get right to it here. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and get started right now. We're gonna go ahead and do low swinging tappers. Here's the thing, we're swinging from side to side, moving through your range of motion in whatever way feels good, and we're thinking about tapping our feet from side to side. Now, when it beeps again, we're gonna get rest, but this is the only time during this workout until the very end when we're only gonna do one exercise. The exercise intervals are actually, they're not long, so here's 20 seconds of rest, and I'm actually just gonna continue tapping. They're not long, but they're also not short. It's meant to be a moderate workout for you today. We're gonna get our heart rate up, we're gonna feel really good, and we're not gonna be in pain. So when it beeps again, we're gonna do those low swinging tappers, but then we're also going to do skiers before we get another interval of rest. And that's how we're gonna move through, here we go with those low swinging tappers. That's how we're gonna move through our day today. I've got, a nice list of exercises here, and we're gonna have different pairs of them that we move through in an inchworm pattern. So coming up next is skiers. Hands are gonna go up and down directly in front of us, and we don't have to get too high on that while your feet are shuffling back and forth. So I'm actually going to encourage you to go back with your arm as far as you can and really just bend your elbow to bring your hand to wherever feels good. Really thinking about shuffling those feet in order to get your heart rate at a place that feels nice and moderate for us today. Moderation is the name of the game, and moderation, by the way, here's 20 seconds of rest. Moderation is not the same as modifying. My goal for us today is that you won't have to modify any of the exercises. By keeping our hands lower, we're going to be able to get our heart rate up, and we're going to be able to move, and you're going to be able to do more or less all of the things that I do. So when it beeps again, we're doing those skiers, and we're pairing them. Here we go with those skiers. We're pairing them with cans, which I know is everybody's favorite. It's a knee and a kick on one side and a knee and a kick on the other. And sometimes I do get my hands really involved in that, but you actually don't really have to. The way we get our heart rate up, and I tell you this all the time, we get our heart rate up by having our hands up, but honestly, we get our heart rate up. Here's a knee and a kick and a knee and a kick. When it beeps again, we're gonna get 20 seconds of rest, and then we're gonna have another pair that starts with these can-cans. That's how we're inchworming our way through the exercise list, in case that wasn't super clear, even if it was. I know you don't really care. You just wanna exercise. You just wanna move, you just wanna feel good. So here's 20 seconds of rest. So next time when it beeps again, we're gonna do those can-cans and we're gonna pair them with ding-dongs, where our hands going from side to side, nice and low, nothing overhead, but they can get up pretty high depending on your personal range of motion. And while their hands are swinging, we're gonna kick out to the side. But first, we're gonna do those can-cans. So here's the thing about working out while you are in pain. My friends, when your body is trying to fix pain, it can't really do as much else as we all think it can. It is spending so many resources on trying to help your pain that it can't really spend time on building muscles and building bones. So here we go with those ding-dongs. Hands are swinging from side to side as high as you want them to go. I'm keeping mine down below my shoulders, more or less, while we're kicking out nice and big. Here's the thing about getting your heart rate up while keeping your hands low. My friends, it's not that hard. By moving at all, we are raising your heart rate. Here's 20 seconds of rest. And I want this to be a lesson for all of us who really think that we have to go hard to get our heart rate up super duper high. You can get your heart rate up simply by moving. When it beeps again, we're gonna do those ding-dongs again, one of my favorite exercises, and we're pairing them with booty kicker elbow swing. So here we go with ding-dongs. And then this transition, I'm anticipating being one of the more difficult ones for me. This is the thing about the inchworm, is that every single exercise on the list ends up transitioning into the next one every time. So when it beeps again, we're doing those booty kicker elbow swings. So elbows are gonna go forward and backwards while, here we go, with our booty kickers. So I'm constantly thinking about, okay, my body's gonna be moving side to side, and then it's gonna be moving front to back, and how is that gonna feel, and how is my brain gonna be able to connect with all this? That's why I love a good inchworm workout. It's a connection. Nope, it's a workout. Here's 20 seconds of rest. It's a workout for your brain as well as your body, and sometimes even your mouth and your brain. When it beeps again, you guys, we're doing those booty kicker elbow swings, and this time we're pairing them with punch, punch, kick. Now, I happen to know that sometimes a forward motion doesn't feel amazing, and so here's the thing. Here we're gonna go with that booty kicker elbow swings. What I want you to know about every single one of these exercises, it's my goal to be able to give you exercises that you don't have to modify, but of course it depends on your shoulders. It depends on where you are in your shoulder journey. You can always do things however they feel best. So punch, punch, and kick. Punch, punch, and kick. I'm keeping my punches kind of low, which, I mean, they're never really high, honestly. And I'm also making sure that I'm not really extending my elbow to the point where it is locking. I'm simply moving my arms in front of my body and really thinking about getting some good power with my kicks. Again, power is relative. Here's 20 seconds of rest. Power is always relative. My punches and my kicks never have a lot of power, but what we're thinking about today is moving some of this work really into our abs and our lower body to make sure that we're still working and having our heart rate up. When it beeps again, gonna do those punch, punch, kicks. So punch, punch, and kick. And we're pairing it with twisting kicks. So we're still getting some good power from a kick, but we're pairing it by twisting our upper body. Again, really thinking about using our abs to get some good power, good force today, getting our heart rate up with that good cardio, pulling in our core, of course. So here we go with a twist and a kick, twist and a kick. That was actually a little bit easier than I thought it might be to transition between those two. I never know. Really, until I'm on camera in front of you, sometimes I really don't know how these workouts are gonna work out. When it beeps again, we're getting 20 seconds of rest. You notice that? That's your heart rate. It came up even with your hands down low. When it beeps again, we're gonna do those twisting kicks, and we're pairing them with punch down, tap outs. Now, I know those of you who have been modifying my workouts forever because of shoulder pain or because of shoulder limitations or whatever. So here we go with twisting kicks. I know that you already know that you can get your heart rate up without having your hands overhead, but I think some of you have actually been trying to do my workouts exactly the way I do them, and if not causing yourself pain, not helping your pain. When it beeps again, we're doing those punch down, tap out. So we're punching down while tapping out with that same foot that's punching, or well, your foot isn't punching down, your hand is punching down, and on the same side of your body, that foot is tapping out to the side. I know you know what I'm saying, and honestly, even if you don't, you're just punching down and tapping out. It really doesn't matter which foot is doing what or which hand is doing what. And here we go with 20 seconds of rest. Okay, so you guys, that was the whole circuit. We're gonna go through the circuit one more time, and we're just continuing to inchworm. You wouldn't have noticed it unless I mentioned it to you. So we're gonna do those punch down, tap outs again, paired with the low swinging tappers, which is where we started our workout. So when you are keeping your hands down low, we do not have to modify the exercises because we are already making exercises work for us. When it beeps, we're doing those low swinging tappers. I intentionally chose this group of exercises today, and I have to tell you, I was so happy to find so many. So here we go with low swinging tappers. I have an inventory of exercises that I kind of rotate through, and I don't even rotate in any manner that makes any sense at all. Sometimes in fact always, I just choose exercises that sound fun for me, and I do try, especially like yesterday's walking with weights, I actually do try to kind of go back and forth. Here's 20 seconds of rest. I try and go back and forth between hands up overhead and hands not overhead, because I know that a lot of overhead work, even for those of us with great shoulders, that really does get tiring. So I know that I had a good inventory of no hands up kind of exercises, but I was so excited to find all of these today. Here we go with these low swinging tappers, and this time we're pairing it with skiers, because I wanted those of us who have shoulder issues to know that there is a lot of variety available to you, that there is a great way to get an awesome workout to help your heart and lungs, to feel good. Here we go with skiers, to feel amazing and get all of the benefits and all of the results that you want without being in pain. Because this is, for those of you who are trying to do my workouts exactly the way I do them, whether it causes you pain or not, I want you to know that you have all of these exercises to choose from. Here's 20 seconds of rest. Because here's the thing, and I know I've said that like 12 times today, but here is the thing. You can always, and please do always make these workouts work for you. When it beeps again, we're doing skiers and can-cans. And if that means that you do different exercises, do different exercises. I always tell you that you can go slower, and I can always tell you that you can modify if you need to, put your hands a little bit lower or do whatever you need to do. But you can literally do a full-on different exercise. When it beeps again, we're doing those can-cans. Because, as I mentioned, there's no magic to the exact exercises that I choose. Here we are with a knee and a kick and a knee and a kick. I choose exercises because I like them. I get in a groove sometimes where I feel like I have kind of the same 5 exercises in a row because I'm just really into them and it's super fun for me to do them. I know that I have to really pay attention to rotate through, here's 20 seconds of rest, all of my repertoire of exercises. But you don't ever have to do exactly what I'm doing. Like, ever. You should always be getting your best workout, because the magic comes from doing a workout. The magic comes from doing a workout today and tomorrow. Here we go with those can-cans again. We're pairing it with ding-dongs this time. When you are consistently working out, over time, you're going to get every single benefit you could possibly want ever from all of the different things that we do. By having a little bit of variation, by having different kinds of workouts. Here we go with ding-dongs. Nope, here we go with ding-dongs. I knew one of these transitions was going to be especially rough, and there it was. When you work out over time is where the magic is. Any one exercise, any one workout, it feels good, obviously. Here's 20 seconds of rest, but it's not getting you in shape for the rest of your life. It's helping you today. It's helping you with your mood. It's helping you with your heart and lungs. It's helping you make improvements, but improvements always take time. When it beeps again, we're doing those ding-dongs, and we're pairing them with the booty kicker elbow swing. So here we go with ding-dongs. It's easier to start them from scratch than to come into them from doing something else. I think because ding dongs are just a little bit different from everything else that we do. I don't know, that's what I'm going with today. So many peeps, we're doing those booty kicker elbow swings. Hands or elbows are going to be going back and forth in whatever way feels best to you. Doggies. Booty kickers on your lower body. Core is pulled in. Feeling that power by not having our hands up overhead. Feeling that power, in our lower body so that we can really get our heart and lungs moving. Here's 20 seconds of rest. As previously mentioned, my friends, all you got to do is start moving and your heart rate's going to come up. And it beeps again. We're doing booty kicker elbow swings paired with punch, punch, kick. Making sure that you're breathing. I know, I love a good cardio workout too, and this is exactly why. It gets my heart rate up and it feels so good. Now here's the great thing about, yes, here's the thing again. I'm going to start noticing that now. But here is the great thing about doing a workout that doesn't cause you pain. When it beeps, we're doing those punch, punch, kicks. So here we go with punch, punch, and kick. Punch, punch, and kick. When you are not having to think too hard about, okay, she's got her hands overhead, so I need to be doing something else. I need to be moderating, doing something different. When you can kind of follow along, doing the things that I'm doing, more or less the way that I'm doing them, it really helps you, here we go, 20 seconds of rest. It really kind of helps you keep your head in the game and really be able to focus on getting your cardio on, getting your endorphins flowing, and feeling really good about your day. When it beeps again, we're going to do that punch, punch, kick, and we're pairing them with twisting kicks. So 2 kickings in a row where we're really thinking about our lower body, thinking about pulling in that core, thinking about how nice it is to not have your hands up overhead. Hopefully, my friends, this has been nice and pain-free for you. And if it's not, I'm going to tell you again to go talk to your doctor, go get some physical therapy, go get help for your pain. Here we go with twisting kicks. I have a lot of sympathy for being in pain. I have been to the doctor numerous times. I've been to physical therapy numerous times, and I will tell you it is the thing that is why I'm still exercising now. I know lots of you have had physical therapy and maybe not had like the best impression of it. Here's 20 seconds of rest. But here's what I know about physical therapy. It takes 1,000,000 times longer than you think. And you really, really, really have to be patient with it. Coming back to what we were talking about, how no one exercise, no one workout gets you where you want to go. It takes time. When it beeps again, we're doing twisting kicks plus punch down tap outs. So here's our twisting kicks. When I did physical therapy, I think it must have been for the last time. I did physical therapy because I had really bad sciatica. I had really bad low back pain. It was shooting down my legs. My legs and feet were numb. It was rough. And they released me after 6 weeks because I was in less pain than I had been. So here we go with punch down tap outs. But I did those exercises faithfully every single day for 6 months before I actually truly felt like I was back on my feet in the way that I wanted to be. And now, 10 years later, here we go, 20 seconds of rest. And then this next thing is our final thing. It's punch down. Well, it's not really our final thing. I know you know that. We're doing the last exercise though, in its own ending of the inchworm. We're doing those punch down tap outs by themselves and then we will be done. But of course, we're not going to be finished. I know, but I will tell you right now. So we're doing these punch down tap outs and then we're going to go directly into the finisher. It is super slow, wide open side kicks. So we're going to keep our hands low. If you can bring your elbows up to shoulder height, that would be great. If not, keep them low. What we're thinking about though is pulling back from your angel wings. So we're opening up as wide as you can go. And then closing, and then a leg kicks out to the side at the same time. So you're not just swinging your arms willy-nilly, you're actually thinking about pulling your shoulder blades together in your back. This is great for your posture, and bonus, it can actually help, my friends, it can help your shoulder pain. That was it. That was a good one. And I don't think I finished my story about how long I'm still doing the PT exercises. So here's the thing, we're gonna do some arm swings. I had to think about that. We're not doing arm circles. We're just doing some arm swings, moving gently and a little bit a little bit intentionally through that full range of low motion. Really thinking about stretching out those muscles, letting your shoulders know that we're all done working out, that it's totally okay for those muscles to go back to the shape they were meant to be in. Bringing that heart rate down, 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 cooling it down. Of course, here on screen, I will have a longer cool down for you. And of course, in that longer cool down, there will be some overhead work. So feel free to modify however you need to. And I still don't know if I finished my story. I still do those physical therapy exercises. Not every single day. I do them probably once or twice a week when I'm like thinking about, oh, you know what, I haven't done core work in a while. Let me go ahead and get down on the ground and do those physical therapy exercises. My friends, it takes time. It takes time, it takes effort, and it takes consistency. What a surprise. Like everything else that we do. Let's go ahead and open it up. And then we're going to close it up and give yourself a great big hug and a pat on your sweaty back. What a great job you did today. I'm super, super proud of you. And I really hope that this was exactly right for you and your shoulders. Now here on screen, like I said, I am gonna have a longer cool down. It's gonna be mostly good for you. It's not gonna be entirely, because there will be some overhead work. But also on screen, I've got a nice reminder about why we do the things that we do for exercise and working out and eating right if we're trying to lose weight. You don't have to exercise at all, but it is one of the 5 things that we do. And you guys, before you go, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you tomorrow.